Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know, like 95% of the time my jokes are only funny to myself, so at least that's what Agnes says. Anywho, guys, hello, welcome to the Walk of Shame. You've been asking and I will deliver. Today, actually, I want to chat about plants that put me to the wall of shame of all of the plant lovers, of all of the plant people. I would probably be on one of the top shelves right there. So I'm a bit nervous to film this, but you know what? I always been honest with you. I never hit if I had no flipping clue why my plants were dying or what were the problems. Or, I mean, you know the drill. I am just learning along the way every single time, every single day with every single plant. These, these plants that I'm gonna show you today, they still show that I need to learn. Let's just say it like that. Anyway, today I actually wanna do a little haul in the beginning, and later on we will go to the plant that probably is the most shameful plant of them all. I honestly wanted to throw it away for at least 7 times before filming this, but at the same time, I just cannot do it. I cannot. I tend to rescue plants from the dumpsters, from the trash containers. You know it by now already. I have a full playlist of the stories of plants that I rescued. By the way, real quick, do you remember the Euphorbia milii that I rescued and the blooms were in a little bit different color? At first they were peachy, right now they're getting redder. So maybe that was the light problem, maybe it wasn't. I did not change anything, but here we are. Little update. Anywho, back to the shame walk of shame. I'm nervous. Okay. So, where was I? Oh, so yeah, the final plant. So, at the very end of this video, we'll have a rescue mission to rescue a plant from myself. Because, as it happens... What's up, babe? You wanna say hello? No, come over, say hello, of course. Of course, come up. Oh, you're so heavy. What a heavy dude. So, thank you. Good puppy. Say hello to your car, my little superstar. Okay, careful. Whoa. Back to plant business. Sorry once again. So, just like I mentioned, in the very end we'll be rescuing that plant, and it's one of my OG plants. That's why it's probably even more sad to like say it out loud that I'm flippin' suck with some of plants, and here we are. Anywho, let's talk about 4 plants of shame right now that are right here in front of me, and then we will get to the more shameful stuff. Oh my gosh, this should be fun, huh? So I have prepared, I have way more plans that are shameful to like accept, to say out loud, and the plans that are struggling. So if you like this video, let me know. Like this video already if you're into stuff like this, because I know a lot of us plant lovers tend to struggle with some specific plants, and I am not an exception, of course. So if you wanna be a little bit like in the same boat, you know, it's always less painful when you know that somebody else is struggling, right? That's like the people think stuff. Anywho, if you want to see more, let me know in the comments. Like this video so I will know, and subscribe for more, because I have many plans that need some TLC. Anywho, where do we even begin? Okay. So this is my fairy cacti, fairy castle cacti, and this is probably one of my oldest cacti in my collection. This is about 8 years old, so it needless to say it's pretty special to me, and it was thriving for a lot of time. It actually even survived the COVID because I left it in my office on my desk for 2 years without watering it, and somebody else, maybe the cleaning ladies or whoever was, I don't know, entering the office, because I wasn't, probably watered it once in a while and it survived. Can you imagine it? I mean, this is a hero on its own, right? But now, while it's at home, having the grow lights all around, being watered like every other time that I'm watering, like having all of the attention it needs, it starts to blind me. Explain me that. I'll wait. No idea. Anyway, so okay, once again, I'll be upfront with you. You'll ask what's happening, and I will say, at first I thought maybe it's a scale problem, but it's not. It just started to brown and die. Okay, let me show you up close so you'll see what the heck am I talking about. Look at this. Look at all of that browning, and as you can tell, it's like leaning. I mean, some parts of this cacti are still okay. I'm sorry for the lighting once again. I probably will say this for 4 months up front because it's like the dark season, but you get the drill, right? So if the colors are not so bright and beautiful, we're all just struggling with vitamin D over here in this side of the globe. Anywho, this is sad, right? I mean, this side is still like the positive side. That is the bad side. That's happening something, not sure what. So my plan for it is actually to cut off all of those brown spots, which means I probably need to cut like half of it. Because I have this like suspicion that it is like spreading, so I do not want it to spread even more. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if I will be able to rescue it because I noticed it way too late, I think. So here is one of those plants that I have no flipping clue what is happening with it, but I really want to help it, so we will try to do so. Honestly, I'm not sure if I will do it on camera or not, but it's just a simple thing, you know. I'm just gonna be cutting all of those dead parts and hoping for the best. Plant number 1. Okay, you still will see a bit of it, if that's okay with you. Alright, moving on. This one isn't looking that bad. It might even look not that, like, suspicious at all, but trust me when I say it, it's struggling. So this is my beautiful strawberry shake, philodendron strawberry shake. This is a plant from Urosh, one of my subscribers, that actually I just was working on my houseplant wishlist, you know, preparing for the video and checking my previous year's wishlist and, you know, adding some new plants to my new one and stuff like that. And what I realized that I actually crossed half of the wishlist from my last year's wishlist, which is like mind-blowing, and some of those plants were actually gifted by Urosh, so kudos to you. Anyway, this is a beautiful strawberry shake. I know by his letter, by Urosh's letter, that this is... this? Okay, false alarm. This is one of his favorite houseplants, and I'm struggling. I am struggling with this. I mean, I actually propagated it, so there's no top on it, as you can tell. I actually took a top cutting for a plant swap, but since then, past maybe 5-ish months, 4-ish months, this is all I got in that period of time. And it is standing right next to that grow light. So what the heck is wrong? I mean, my Thai constellation is thriving in these conditions, and this is the plant that gives me like the sour face, you know, like what is happening? So I mean, even the variegation is not that visible. I mean, this is a beautiful one. Oh, this is a definitely beautiful one. So my plan actually is to start over. I mean, I even do not see any root action happening, even though it was reported like half a year ago. All I can see are these 3 roots. I'll wait until you stop uploading because that's like a lot. I'm gonna be propagating and starting it over, and who knows, maybe the babies will be like more adapting, like more quickly adapting to my environment, and hopefully that will like solve the problem. So yeah, nothing much to express here, nothing much to show. I mean, it's not doing well, so we will do something about it. Obviously. I mean, right now, as I'm thinking, maybe I should do something about it in this video, but this is gonna be a very long video. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll see. The other one. The other one is, honestly, it's not surprising for me. I knew this will come when the heating season will come. And I am talking about my asparagus fern. I mean, it's still beautiful when you look from far away. Oh, it's so gorgeous, right? It's all of the fun things, right? But when you look that way, a lot is happening. I am losing a bunch and a bunch of tendrils of leaves, and it's not doing well. So once again, even though it's in pond,
the weather is frightful.
the heating is on, and I do put on sometimes my humidifier, but not often. So this is not enough for this dude. So right now, all I can do actually is just trim all of those yellowing parts, which I did like a month ago, and we already have the very same amount of new. So I'm not sure how long it will last in my home, so if it won't, just let's enjoy it for the last moment. I mean, it's not an expensive plant, right? Like, there is not a big deal for some. I mean, it wouldn't look like a big deal for some of you, but this is one of the ferns that I kept alive. Oh my gosh, so much is like falling. This is one of those ferns that I kept alive for a really long time, and it's like was my pride possession all throughout the summer. So right now to see it struggle is actually painful. Talking about painful. Okay, I do not want to sound dramatic. I mean, I am a dramatic person. It's just in my blood, probably. I mean, I don't know why I would say that. I'm just trying to blame somebody else for me being dramatic. Anyway, this. Now we're getting into the worst part, into the more shameful part, which is the more fun probably for some of you to watch. But if you are like OG subscriber on my channel, if you are, please let me know. Oh my gosh, I would love to know how many of you are still left in here holding on to me. But if you do remember, I had this huge passion for snake plants, for Sansevierias, aka Dracaenas, and I had a pretty decent collection. Actually, my Sansevieria collection video that I uploaded maybe 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, is actually the most popular video on my channel. It has 31,000 views, which is insane and mind-blowing, but at the same time, like, right? Anyway, I looked fabulous in that video. Probably that's why. I don't know. Okay, I need to stop being so sassy. So I had this humongous collection of Sansevierias, and I actually keep on noticing you guys asking to show you more of Sansevierias from my collection, because I used to talk about them non-stop. I used to hunt for them non-stop. I still have the love for them. I still even have like a Sansevieria on my wish list, right? But also something is happening. There's like a Sansevieria virus in my home or something, because I keep on losing more and more of them, and my collection is getting like sadder and sadder in Sansevieria like department. Let me show it. Do you remember my beautiful Sansevieria moonshine? My pride. It was so bushy. It was so beautiful. I'm not sure why I'm getting more quiet, probably because it's like almost funeral time. I will let you soak in that. It's dead. This thing is dead. I mean, I do have some green parts, but I mean. So what happened, you would ask? I don't know. Why would you ask me? Okay, so what happened? Okay, let's just guess. It was standing on the very top of my shelf in there, right? And it do not receive that much of sunlight during right now, the dark season. And honestly, I did not pay it too much attention because it's Sansevieria. I thought it should survive the dark season and everything should be okay. And during the summer, I would bring it back to my balcony and all of us would be happy family once again, right? Well, it had other plants, it turns out. I actually noticed it about a week or two ago when I was watering my Sansevieria on the very top of the shelf. And I just noticed that leaves just started to fall off. And I was like, whoa, whoa, what's happening right there? And I still, oh, you heard that? I still have no clue what's happening. I'll be completely honest. Maybe it was like not enough sun. Once again, I did not do any research. I just woke up, took a shower, put the makeup on my face, and I am already sitting here talking with you. So, no research done here. Maybe later on if I will have time, which I really doubt, but if I will do some research on what might cause this thing, right? Yellowing, browning, looking ugly. But all I can do right now is actually to cut off those still green parts, like leaves, right? Put them in the water, and in the spring hopefully we'll restart the plant all over again when it starts growing, because as for now there's nothing else I can do. I mean, I never had any problems with pests on my Sansevierias, so maybe this is the first. I have no clue, guys. I have no flipping clue. This is odd. Definitely odd. But you can bet I'll try to rescue it because it's a moonshine. It's a beautiful color. It's in Siberia, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So just like I said, cut the leaves off, put them in the glass of water and forget about them once again. Until the spring, probably. How are you feeling already in this video? Because I feel like I need a shot. Yeah, so these are like little snippets of my plants of shame. Just laying on the floor, pieces of them. But yeah, this is like the beginning of this video, right? I don't know why I feel so nervous. Like, I mean, plants die, stuff happens. But I feel like, I don't know, like I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the beginning. Let me know if you want to see more because I do have some pearls to show you, if you ask me. Yeah, anyway, so since we have those plants out of the way, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be dealing with them right now. Probably I should. And then we will go into the saddest plant of my whole collection. And okay, let me quickly think what we'll do. You know what? Okay, so I will prune those plants right now in front of this camera, in front of you guys, and then we'll talk about that saddest plant because I'm not sure if I'm ready to do stuff with it. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Alright, I know I am off center, let's ignore that. We have lots of things to go through today. God damn it! Okay, the dish I wanted is actually holding some stuff with my camera, so I guess we're gonna wing it and use this one. My glass water. Anyway, so what I wanna do first, probably let's cut off all of those still alive Sansevieria pieces, and then we will move on. That's a bit sad, to be honest. This was such a nice, beautiful Sansevieria. I know some people actually do this hack when they cut a little triangle in the middle, so there will be like more space, like more area for the roots to grow, like so. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. Actually, it never really mattered. In my care, they still tend to grow because it's a flippant Sansevieria. Sometimes to do it, but the easier way, I just cut it like so, you know? Bam. So wish me luck, guys. Hopefully we still manage to save at least some of these cuttings. Bam. I'll honestly be checking on these cuttings like in a week or so to see how they're doing, because since they already weren't really happy, there's a big chance they might start rotting, and if one of them starts to rot, the others will follow, of course, because they're standing in the very same water. So I'm gonna need to keep a very close eye on them. And of course, I will report how we're doing later on to you. Bam. Easy as that. This is probably the easiest plant to propagate. The rest of these leaves are agonias. They already have lots of yellowing on them, so there is no point of me like put them together with kind of healthy looking ones, even though some of them have that little yellowing like color. But you know what? This is agonia. This is going to the trash. I know it might look sad for some of you, but trust me, we still have chance. So we will work on that chance later on. I honestly won't be touching this fern. I will be cutting it near my trash container because all of those tiny pieces, those leaves looking stuff, right? They're just falling all over my room. I'm trying to make as less of mess as possible. So here's that. Right now, cacti business. Honestly, I wanna believe there might be a pest on this one. Yeah, you know what? This one also will do off camera. If I look on a little bit hurry, I am. It's actually my working day, so it's a bit too early for me to be on a lunch break, but at this very moment I don't have much happening. So instead of waiting till the lunch break, I'll do the stuff I need to do right now, and then on my lunch break I'll be working. That's the plan. So I already have prepared a prop box for the upcoming rescue I keep on talking with you about, right? This is just simple perlite, flipping see-through box. That's all. I forgot to add the water, so we'll do it right now. Meow, 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 meow. This should be perfect. Okay. Check. You know what? We need more. Another one. Sorry guys for not uploading on Sunday or yesterday. It's just such a busy time right now. As I bet a lot of you tend to understand that, so you know what? I'm flipping trying my best. Okay. Prop box is ready. I'll see later on if I will add any more of water in there, right? But the most important part we already have. Right now what I want to do is to cut this beautiful strawberry shake, which I'm actually sad about, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, this is actually a beautiful top cutting, like so. They actually tend to leak a bit, so let's be careful with that. Yeah, honestly, it's not helpful that they have those leaves on them. Maybe it would be a bit easier to at least to put them in prop boxes without the leaves. I know some people, like for example Kevin from Hakuna La Planta, he cuts like half of those leaves. Maybe we should do that. You know what? Let's do a little experiments. And have like a couple cuttings like so. We'll see what happens. I will report to you if Kevin was lying to us or not. No offense to Kevin, of course. I'm just joking around. Just seeking for attention. Okay. Another one. Honestly, I kind of forgot how fun it is to propagate. It's actually fun. Another beautiful cutting. I'm playing a little puzzle in here. Those aerials are crazy. Crazy. Bam. Actually, I'm a bit worried because the note isn't that big, so if it starts rotting, it's like a goner already. So we will see. We'll see how that goes. Cutting a bit of that leaf. I'm a bit nervous about that, to be honest, but I mean, King Kevin have been propagating so many plants, I wanna trust him, you know? So if this starts to fail, we'll all blame Kevin. Just kidding, of course. Don't come for me. Okay. I'm just going for it. Can you tell? Because sometimes, okay, this root is actually dry. Because sometimes I tend to overthink some of my experiments, props, and all of that. And that turns even more bad. That doesn't help, you know? So we're going with the flow. Okay, that's an old leaf. And no problem. Oh, that's a broken leaf. When did that happen? You know what? In here I actually have a lot happening. Let me prune a bit of those old brown leaves, right? And I'll show you what we're working with. I'm gonna cut some of those dry, bone dry roots because they're doing nothing, just using some logistic space. And we don't need that. Yup, those roots are completely dry. Okay. You know what? I think this is the final product so far. This is like the bottom plant, the mama plant that actually have two beautiful pups, or three even pups, on her. So just imagine if they would all start to grow together and have this beautiful, beautiful pink bush. Oh, dudes. Okay, so we'll leave this one as it is and leave this one as it is. This is how we're looking so far. Of course, I'm gonna give you more updates later on. So once again, subscribe so you don't miss all of that fun stuff. Right now, let's close it and we'll go to the main part of this video. Okay, so I will clean this thing all up, but before that, let me just give you a quick, like, story. What's happening, right? Okay, first of all, let's have a positive note. How do you like my shirt? I just found it in my closet. This is actually a shirt from like 7th grade or maybe 8th grade that my mom thrifted for me. And it always would be so popular in between my classmates, and I don't know why I stopped wearing it. It's so cool, right? So funny. I actually never noticed that it's from Vancouver, Canada. Anyway, okay, back to business. Let's get serious, guys. I have this beautiful Monstera deliciosa, and it's been in my collection for 7 years maybe. I think I bought it the moment when we started to live in this apartment with my fiance because I wanted some jungle vibes. And it was doing well. I actually even repotted it in a humongous pot and it's been doing kind of okay-ish. I did not do anything crazy with it, so I did not have like mouse balls or I did not have like lots of, lights, like modern lights and stuff like that. It was just standing in our living room, doing its business, growing beautifully. I'll insert some pictures if I will have some time, right? So it was doing great, but then it was attacked by thrips. Oh, by the way, this is actually Monstera that I rescued. It's actually one of my like first rescue missions on my channel. I bought it from a big box store with a root rod and I actually rescued it, revived it, and it was all great and beautiful. I put it in this beautiful terracotta pot. It started to grow new leaves. They weren't like the crazy size, but the whole like bush was doing a lot. When there's like 4 or 5-ish plants in one pot, it looked fabulous in the living room. But then it was attacked by thrips, and that's when everything went downhill. It was attacked a couple times, and a couple times I treated and everything was fine, but the last one was like the boss level thrips. So what actually happened, I just could not do it anymore because I had so many, it happened this summer. I just could not, do it anymore because I have so many precious plants in my collection and I was so afraid to lose them because of that Monstera, because I know thrips can go through the carpets and all of that and crawl into my other plants. So I panicked and I put it outside of my apartment in this like area where there are all other apartments, it's like technically a public space, right? So I put it there and with hopes that nobody will touch it and everything will be okay. And it kind of was and is okay. It was standing there, but the problem is my neighbors were having like a big updo for the apartment, like really close to that Monstera, and it is filled with dust. The good part is I think we got rid of thrips because even though it was out there, I still treated it from pests, but just it was standing, outdoors, like in quarantine zone. Right, let's just put it that way. So I still treated it, but the thrips still kept on coming back, so I never brought it back because I was afraid. I'll be honest, I was so afraid to lose other plants in my collection, so I never did anything about it. I treated it out there, I left it out there, I often forgot to water it, like I watered it once a month or so, and this poor thing, being the coolest dude ever, still survived, still was standing in there and holding to its dear life. So you know what? Even though I felt like throwing it away for so many times, I just could not because I saw how much this Monstera wanted to live. So we're doing something about it right now. Even though it looks like trash, it's covered in dust, it might have thrips still yet I wouldn't be surprised. We still are gonna do something about it. And even though if I won't be able to rescue the whole thing, at least I will have some props from that thing. I mean, it's one of my OG plants, so to have it still in my collection will be pretty special, you know? So the plan is for this Monstera to be treated like this. Let's begin. Thing number one we're gonna do for it, I actually wanna cut off all of the branches that I still have on there, and I wanna cut all of the leaves off because they might have trips. I do not want to risk that. All I wanna do, I wanna actually propagate it with simple wet sticks, put them into this very same pro box I have the strawberry shake, and of course, while propagating it with only wet sticks, it will be so easy for me to clean them all from all of the possible pests, and there won't be like much of areas for these pests to hide, like in the leaves, crevices and all of that, because there will be none, right? So the first part I wanna rescue is actually those wet sticks. Later on, I actually noticed that this beautiful thing not only was still holding to its dear life and pushing out new leaves that actually were dying immediately, because it's 0 degrees outside, and in that public space lots of people are smoking and often opening windows, so it's, yeah, it's just sad to say it out loud. Anyway, I also want to go ahead into the root ball, and I'm so aware that in there probably must be like the nest of those strips and all of that soil and roots, so I'm not sure still if I want to risk it for the biscuit, so I will see with the flow and take you along, of course, with all of my mind process. And I want to, like, the best scenario is I will get rid of all of the soil possible and try to pot it up into the new pot, into the new soil mix, and hopefully everything will be beautiful and we will live happily ever after. So two processes will be happening right now. First I'll take you and show you what we're talking about. Then we'll have some wet sticks, and then we will work on that root ball and all of that. Let's go. Let me show you what we're dealing with. And let's grab some pruners. I hope my neighbors won't come. That would be awkward. Okay guys, this is what we're working with. Just like I mentioned, we have this like area of neighbors, and I put it right here because it has little light out there. That's all it had all of this time. It also is covered with dust, and the lighting in here isn't the best. So right now what I wanna do, as you can tell, Agnes keeps sticks with Yakari in here to grab when they go outside. Anyway, as you can tell, it even pushed little baby. How cute is that? So right now I wanna cut off all of those branches and put them straight into my shower to clean all of that mess. So let's do that. I'm afraid to have them in here, but as you can tell, I butchered them as much as possible. I cut off like all of the leaves, mostly. Actually, one top broke off while I was breaking off all of those leaves. So I'll be honest, I will check on these baby leaves because I have suspicion this is where the trips might be still hiding, right? Sad part is that this Monstera wasn't doing so great already, because you can tell, I mean, hopefully you can, that the stems were already starting to wrinkle. So I do want to believe this is definitely like a last hooray for this Monstera, but we still have hope. I even can see some of, like, you can tell how the beginning notes are so like thick and big. This is the part where I rescued this Monstera because it was humongous, and then it started to push out the smaller notes because, you know, it was restarting all over again. We're gonna do it once again. I tried to clean up as much as possible of those like dried petioles and everything that is like left from the previous old leaves. And I wanna believe with power wash I did clean like all of the trips if they were still alive, because once again, just like I mentioned, people are smoking in there, so they keep on opening the doors, and we had like freezing temperatures, so maybe that killed the bugs, I'm not sure. So the last thing is left to do. At the same time, I think maybe it's a bit risky of me to have my strawberry shape propagating together with this risky plants, but you know what, we're gonna give it a go. So what I wanna do, I wanna cut off like that aerial roots, which are not that many, of course, right? And yeah, this is what we're working with. Let's see. Okay, that's a thick note. Honestly, the inside looks healthy, white and beautiful. So I have this auxiliary button here. So let's all pray and hope that we will have a miracle happening, and we'll have a lot, and I mean like a lot of baby monsteras. Let's all hope for that. So all I'm gonna do, just try to bury them a bit underneath all of that perlite, and I don't know, we'll see from them. I see so many auxiliary buds that could be working, so I feel like there is hope for us, guys. I really feel like there is. At the same time, I feel so bad, you know, for showing you all of that, because I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if some of you decide to unsubscribe from my channel, because I know this is like the very sad business, and it's kind of unacceptable when you think about it, you know? To be such a bad plant parent. Okay. There are lots of auxiliary buds. This one, can you see this little tiny note? This is where this, if everything okay, will start pushing out a baby leaf, like the new top. So, we'll see. You know what? I'm just going for it. Sleep and go for it. I'm gonna keep the lid closed in here, so the humidity cutting off the dried roots. You can see how wrinkled it is. It's definitely that. Oh my gosh, I hope I will have like the cool update for you later on. I even thought, to be honest, to maybe not to upload this video right now and wait for like a couple months until something happens, if it happens, and then show you with some updates in one video. So let me know, what would you like more? Is it okay for me just putting you straight in action and together later on seeing the process, or do you want everything in one video? Let me know, I'm curious. Some of these I'm cutting like singular notes, others I'm cutting like there are two notes, so there's like bigger chance for it to do something. Actually running out of space in this prop box. Ooh, this is gonna be messy. It's definitely gonna be messy. I'm just checking for pests, just in case. No, I do not trust these guys too much. Some of the roots are kind of cool. Kind of cool. Bam. This one I'm gonna put like this. This is like the top cutting, and I cut off the new baby leaf because just like I said, I do not trust all of that space that is hidden under the unfurled leaf, you know? Okay, let's get to the big one. Oh, look at that node. Oh, just imagine if it starts growing for me. Oh my god. It's almost like cutting a tree at this point. Whoa. That's thick. That's thick, boy. You know what? We're running out of space. So, just like I thought, we will lose the strawberry shake from here. I'm gonna find another pro box for these babies. This is gonna be just the Monstera box because look at all of that. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. At the same time, maybe that's okay because they'll be in their separate thing, doing their thing, you know. Maybe it's even better. Once again, I'm losing all of those dried parts. I was putting them in, and while doing so, checking for any hidden treasures. Okay. Did you notice that I got quiet while doing that? I'm trying to be so focused and do not miss a single thing that could be wrong. No, just for the better good. Okay, it was painful at first, but the more I do it, the easier it gets. That's probably with most things in life. Okay, I'm gonna put it. I'm breaking off like the leftover of a leaf. Checking for pests. Once again, this is a top note, and I'm not sure. Let's check that leaf. I mean, I did broke it while cleaning it. But I'm gonna keep it. Maybe it's gonna be fun later on. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going with the flow. Have more of these. Once again, they're not the healthiest leaves. Don't know what to do. Should I leave them or should I not? Should I or should I not? I mean, we already once again are running out of space in here. You know what? I'm gonna put this in the water and put it somewhere away from my other plants. Have a little experiment. These are pretty fresh, so I honestly not sure if they will survive. This, while breaking, actually cracked in the middle, so not sure. This one, not sure. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I have a whole box filled with those beautiful, hopefully in the future, beautiful Monsteras deliciosas. So right now all I'm gonna do is cover them up. Actually, I maybe want to add more moisture in there. I could even add some rooting hormone, but we're not doing that. I mean, I could do it all along and do not use all of my water. It's okay. Oh gosh, I hope we did it in time because just like I said, there were a lot of temperature drops in that corridor, so fingers crossed. Bam, it's all closed and isolated from the other plants. All we gotta do right now is put it somewhere with light and wait. Definitely not in this room, definitely not in here. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. Okay, the last thing to do is actually to work on that root ball. You saw the size of that pot, right? Alright guys, this is where the aesthetic is not alive. This is not happening in here. We're in my balcony. It's extremely, I mean, foggy. Right here I cannot see like 10 meters in front through the window, so if the lighting is horrendous, you know why. We have no microphone, anything. We're going straight to business, guys. This is a danger zone. I'm afraid to touch it. By the way, do you see that this bottle I was talking about? Cannot wait to put a flipping terrarium in it, but that's for the future, of course. I'm taking out my bad boy repotting mat. Oh gosh. I'm really nervous, but we gotta do it. We gotta do it! As you can tell, here's a little baby that this Monstera pushed out. We have 5 plants in here that we still can rescue, and some pine cones, because why not? Okay, first of all I want to take it out of that pot, out of that soil, and we'll go from there. Honestly, I don't have like any specific plan whatsoever. Scheiße. I'm doing a mess already. I hope Agnes don't watch this video. Okay. Oh, I was wondering why that. Can you see this branch? It was in there as a pole. It rotted off. Wow. Never seen that before. Okay. Wow, the soil mix honestly isn't the best in here. Wow. Okay. A lot of these roots are dead, of course, because just like I mentioned, I was so bad with watering this poor thing. By the way, since we're in my balcony, it's flipping cold in here. The plus is that we right now have 0 temperature, so 0 Celsius, so it's not freezing, so I want to be quick. Oh gosh. Okay, we have plant number 1. Beautiful. And now I'm gonna put it in there. After taking them out of soil, I will go ahead and rinse them in my bathroom. I'm gonna be on. Oh my gosh, look at those chunks I'm just ripping off. But you know what? There's no tomorrow. This Monstera should have been dead already, so I'm not as gentle as I could be. But you know what? I wanna believe it's a flipping survivor. It's gonna be okay. I just wanna take off all of that soil. I wanna get flipping rid of that. Okay. Okay. Still have a decent amount of roots, so actually looks promising. Plant number 2. This poor thing survived so many things already. Whoa. Okay. That one, just look at it. It just pushed out a little baby trying to survive in those horrible conditions. The good thing is it's so easy to take off all of that root ball from it, so I'm gonna be potting it up after rinsing it off, and hopefully it will bounce back to me as it did before. This one looks sad. So many dried out roots, but there are still good ones, so I'm just pruning off the dead ones because we don't need that. This one is definitely dead. You know what? I can see some tiny. The focusing won't focusing. Just believe in me when I say there is hope. There is always hope. I mean, before that it had that beautiful aerial root. Look at all of those roots that came up from that aerial root. It's gonna be good. We can make it work. Okay. Bam. This one, I'm like, I have no idea what will happen with that one. And we have the last one. Once again, lots of dead, dried roots. Just trying to get rid of as much of them as possible, as many of them. And we will go into the bathroom. And this will go to the trash. I won't be reusing that. I mean, I could put it in the oven and do all of that, but I'll be completely honest, I never do that. To be honest, it's a bit yucky for me to put stuff like that in my oven, in my oven when I cook my cookies and stuff like that. It's not very pleasurable to put in my bathroom as well, because that's where I take baths, of course, but of course I like clean everything afterwards, but it's like not a deal. Okay, last one. Here is the last one. So let me go wash them up. This will go to the trash. Look at all of that. Oh, okay. This to trash, this to the shower. I will pot it up and show you how it ended up. My battery is dying, so I won't be able to film that part, okay? That's the plan. Let's do it. Alright guys, I didn't have a bigger see-through pot, so this is what we're working with. I know this might be a bit like, I mean, all of the roots almost fit. These are the aerial roots, so they are kind of used to being out, you know. So this is what we're dealing with right now. I'm gonna go ahead, water it, and put it somewhere away from my other plants. I do not trust that little leaf because it might be hiding some little bugs. But yeah, this is what we're working with. I'm out of breath because it took a lot of work. But yeah, this is all I can do so far. That's the soil I was using. I wanna believe this is like the perfect choice for this plant. Yeah. So keep your fingers crossed on this beautiful Monstera. Never give up on your plants, guys. Just look at this poor thing trying to survive. Yeah. Back to Svetlana. Like to the past Svetlana, because I filmed this after the whole video. Yeah. Okay guys, let me know what you think about this video. I'm very nervous about it. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I'm not sure how I feel about it, filming it and all of that, and sharing all of my dark secrets. But yeah, I'm just a human, and sometimes I get scared with all of those pests, especially having some prized possessed plants and, you know, having all of those risks. So I hope it's relatable. I hope you also have some stories like that, because if not, I'm gonna feel so bad. But anywho, thank you so much for watching and walking with me through this walk of shame. Let me know which one of these plants you think have like the biggest potential. What do you think about the Monstera business? And yeah, let's just chat in the comments and talk about plants. Actually, I'm not sure what happened, what clicked in my brain, but for the last week I was so inspired again to watch all of the plant tubers and see all of the experiments of houseplants and only houseplant content. So I feel like I'm on that wave again, when all I wanna do, talk and like live by are plants. So I think a lot of fun videos are upcoming to my channel. So once again, subscribe. I don't know how many times I've said. I actually have this goal to reach 10,000 subscribers by the new year. I know it's probably not possible because I have such a slow growth. I mean, in 1 month I get around 30 or 50 new subscribers. So not many people find my channel, unfortunately. So you know what, maybe let's make a little Christmas miracle and maybe share my channel with your friends or family. Please ask them to subscribe and let's have that like cool thing together, and we of course will celebrate with a separate video and all of that. So just a little something. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. You know what? Since I have this gorgeous moose on myself, let me teach you how to... Let me teach you how to say moose in Lithuanian and in Russian. I don't know how to say it in Polish, sorry, once again. If you want to say moose in Lithuanian, you need to say briedis. Once again, briedis. And if you want to say moose in Russian, you need to say... Oh my gosh! Why do I only remember a deer? Wait. You know, sometimes those words that you do not use that often, they just sometimes kind of leave your head. Wait. Oh. Wait. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't remember. Brain fart. I just have it on the tip of my tongue, like. Okay, gotta go. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time.